And how are we doing now? Are we getting audio now? Had to tweak a setting in my OBS. We will check this one out. Are we getting audio at this point or still no audio? Let me type in the chat. Can you hear me now? As we are testing things out here from the Dave Cave. My goodness. Okay, audio, yes, there is audio, but I am loud. Okay. Let me tweak the settings on, and we'll try this setting. How about now? Yes, but it's fuzzy. Yes, but it's loud. I have tweaked a couple of settings here. How are we doing on audio now? Thank you, John Sellner and Derek Bauman and Michael Brada for your feedback. Carl Zilla, Cleveland baseball fan, fuzzy and loud, sounding better. All right, we'll start all over again. Thank you all for tuning in to today's episode of Heartland Championship Wrestling, brought to you by Pro Wrestling Mid-America here in Nashville. It is good to be back online. As I mentioned before, the audio cut in. If you heard any of my broadcasts last weekend, you heard me struggling with congestion and a sore throat, and subsequently tested positive for COVID. So it's coming for us all. I had my case of COVID this week. I was completely out of sorts Monday and Tuesday. Still in quarantine, but feeling better and hoping to get back into circulation the coming week. So it is great to have you all on the line here for tonight's action from Nashville, Tennessee. And a big night of action it will be. Our main event from the #1 contenders match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, as the former champion Nick Bockwinkel battles Ivan Koloff. And the winner of that match will move on to pay-per-view action 2 weeks from tonight in Tampa to meet Dr. Death Steve Williams for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Also tonight we will see a match that could steal the show and will definitely be a slobber knocker for the Southland Heavyweight Championship when Terry Funk defends the title against Jerry the King Lawler right here in Tennessee in another match here on the channel. To start things off, we got started with two debuting wrestlers in Pro Wrestling Mid-America. Billy Robinson, the famous British shooter, lost in his PWMA debut as he was overpowered and beaten down by the dastardly Killer Khan. Next, it was tag team action with Strikeforce. Tito Santana and Rick Martel with a big victory over Bad Company, Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond, with Tito picking up the pinfall victory in that match. Then we saw Hillbilly Jim, the local favorite, with a big victory over Austin Idol to become the #1 contender to the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. It will be Hillbilly Jim challenging Ted DiBiase for that title. And just before we came on the air, it was the Moondogs, Rex and Spot, roughing up the Midnight Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. And so the Moondogs get the victory. Moondogs versus Strikeforce will go at it with a title shot on the line in an effort to dethrone the current Pro Wrestling Mid-America Tag Team Champions Jack and Jerry Briscoe. And with that, we are ready to get things started here with a grudge match. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with no time limit and no disqualification. This is a grudge match. Introducing first, 5'11", 251 pounds from Charlotte, North Carolina. He is accompanied to ringside by Stan Hansen. This is Jackie Fargo. So Jackie Fargo comes out to the boos of the crowd here in Nashville, as he has done some dastardly deeds recently since his appearance here, including aligning himself with the one and only Stan Hansen. And they are going to face some comeuppance here tonight, as Fargo and Hansen beat down enhancement talent Ron Hutchinson earlier this month in Jackson, Mississippi. Fargo will face 6'1", 235 pounds out of Midland, Texas, known as the Chief, WAHOO McDaniel. Fargo's gotta go, says D. Scott Howard, as WAHOO McDaniel and Jackie Fargo are squaring off. And the foreboding presence at ringside of Stan Hansen cannot be reassuring to WAHOO McDaniel as he is going it alone here tonight. And we are ready to get things started, and the opening initiative role is won by Jackie Fargo. And Fargo is going to start things off with an attempted abiel throw, but that is a power maneuver. And so WAHOO McDaniel blocks that one, and it is WAHOO with a big overhand chop that just scorches Jackie Fargo. Fargo went for the hip toss, and McDaniel just scorched him with a big chop to take control. McDaniel strutting around, and he is going to go for a big backbreaker down hard across the knee. And he is going to follow that up with a big pile driver in the center of the ring, and Fargo is down. Fargo is going to roll out of the ring, and here we go right from the start. Fargo rolls out of the ring. He grabs WAHOO McDaniel by the leg and slams the leg of WAHOO McDaniel into the ring post. Fargo with those dirty tactics already taking control of this one. And now Fargo with a running knee to the gut. And Fargo is going to go up top for an attempted death jump. And Fargo comes off, but as Fargo comes off the top rope, he misses everything and nails the referee. Down goes the referee. The referee is down. Of course, this is a no disqualification match, but for the next few moments, there will be no pinfalls and no countouts whatsoever as the referee goes down. And it is WAHOO McDaniel who is first to his feet after that collision. And McDaniel pitches Fargo out of the ring. I don't know if that's a great idea given that Stan Hansen is out there. But they're going to battle it out at ringside, and WAHOO with those big chops prevails. And WAHOO now is going to go with a sleeper hold. Sleeper hold applied on the arena floor. I guess if you knock Jackie Fargo out and leave him laying there, it doesn't matter whether there's a referee or not. And he completes the sleeper hold, and Fargo is reeling, but manages to break free of the sleeper hold and get back into the ring, where WAHOO McDaniel hits him with a knee drop. And Fargo gets to his feet, and Fargo fires back with a big right hand that stuns WAHOO McDaniel. WAHOO rolls right back out of the ring. We're not going to see any ringside shenanigans quite yet, but the referee is still out. And it is Fargo in control as they battle it out at ringside. And now Fargo with a steel chair shot to WAHOO McDaniel in the ring, and WAHOO is furious. He took that shot, and now Fargo with an atomic drop on WAHOO. Atomic drop takes WAHOO down to the mat once again. Fargo in control, and now another big right hand, and WAHOO goes down and stays down. Finally, the referee is about to get back to his feet as Fargo is in control. What's he going to do here? Fargo is just going to pitch WAHOO McDaniel out of the ring once again, where Stan Hansen is going to raise his fist. WAHOO's ready for him. But it is Jackie Fargo who comes out of nowhere and attacks WAHOO McDaniel, but McDaniel grabs Fargo and rams him double noggin knocker. Fargo and Stan Hansen on the arena floor, and both men go down. McDaniel now in control. Referee back to his senses and corralling the action back to the ring. or McDaniel hits the falling chop. He's going to go for the cover. Fargo kicks out of that, and the match continues. McDaniel now goes back to the sleeper. Sleeper hold applied. And Fargo is taking the effects of that sleeper hold. Will we see a submission here on a roll of 3 or lower? No, we will not. But Fargo drops to one knee, and McDaniel is firmly in control here. And McDaniel now is going to pitch things back out of the ring. Out of the ring we go again. And this time it is McDaniel who is going to fight fire with fire. Steel chair shot to Jackie Fargo. And WAHOO McDaniel is in control. WAHOO now with the falling chop in the center of the ring. The pin roll here is 4 or lower. And on a roll of 4, he got him. So what a performance by WAHOO McDaniel as he hit Fargo and Stan Hansen with a double noggin knocker to take out Hansen at ringside. Back and forth they went. Fargo whacked WAHOO with a steel chair. WAHOO returned fire. And with his finishing move, the falling chop, it is WAHOO McDaniel who gets the victory in tonight's opening grudge match. All right, what a match we have had to get things started. But the excitement has only just begun, as this next match is going to get even wilder. This is for the Southland Heavyweight Championship. And all matches for the Southland Heavyweight Championship are no disqualification. And in the state of Tennessee, anything goes between two men like this. Introducing first the challenger right here from Tennessee, from Memphis. Standing at 6 feet tall, weighing 234 pounds. He is the challenger, Jerry the King Lawler. And his opponent is your reigning and defending Southland Heavyweight Champion out of Amarillo, Texas. He is 6'1", 247 pounds. He is Terry Funk. So it is Terry Funk against WAHOO McDaniel, against Jerry Lawler in a no disqualification match for the Southland Heavyweight Championship. And for this match, since it's a televised match and it is two of the most hardcore men in the South, we are going to include some shenanigans from the Filsinger Games Ringside Companion Volume 1. This will be a hardcore style matchup, and both these men are ready for it. Let's go, Terry, says John Soler at ringside. Thank you for tuning in tonight, my friend. As the opening initiative roll is won by Jerry the King Lawler. He's got the momentum on his side. And it is Lawler who's going to start things off with a back elbow smash. And Funk fires right back with chops to the chest. Big chops to the chest of Lawler. Funk follows up with more chops to the chest. He's got Lawler trapped in the corner and just chopping him away. And now a neck breaker from Funk drops Lawler in the center of the ring, and Lawler is down. Funk just wearing out Jerry Lawler to open this match, and now Funk goes to the sleeper. We saw WAHOO McDaniel attempt that earlier. Now Funk with a sleeper hold. And Funk is now going to go up for a death jump, and this is where the hardcore rules come into play. And the roll of the match is 10. It is Terry Funk who goes outside the ring and grabs a metal pipe that is under the ring apron, but Lawler punches him and takes it away. And it is Lawler who smashes Terry Funk with a metal pipe And Lawler now is in control. And the fans here in Tennessee are loving it. And it is Lawler who's going to go back to the hardcore chart. And on a roll of 8, Lawler takes the opponent out of the ring and whips him into the steel rails at ringside. So already Funk and Lawler erupting outside of the ring, and Lawler is in control. And he's going to do it again. This time on a roll of 4, it is Lawler who takes the opponent outside the ring and tries to whip him into the steel ropes again, but Funk reverses it. And it is Lawler who smashes into the steel rails at ringside. Now Funk is in control. Funk goes back to the sleeper hold. And another neck breaker. And Lawler goes down. And Lawler is hurt. Terry Funk still in control. It is Funk now with a big headbutt that puts Lawler on the canvas. Funk is in control, and he is going to go for the hardcore once again. Roll of 11. Terry Funk goes outside the ring and grabs a foreign object and smashes Lawler in the face. He got hold of that same piece of metal pipe that he used before. And he nails Lawler right between the eyes with that steel pipe. And it is Funk now in control. Funk is going once again for the hardcore. Both men brawl into the crowd near the fans. It is total mayhem. Funk and Lawler brawling into the crowd. It's Funk with quick jabs. Lawler backing down, comes back and gets back into the ring. And Funk hits him again with another series of chops to the chest. And the chest of Jerry Lawler is bright red. And now a knee drop from Terry Funk misses. And Lawler is in control. Lawler with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Terry Funk. And it is a backdrop from Lawler that takes Funk up, over, and down to the canvas hard. Lawler still in control, a jumping stomp, and Funk got out of the way of that one. And this time it is Terry Funk who is slow to get to his feet. Lawler gets to his feet, and it is Lawler with a big vertical suplex that takes Funk up, over, and down to the mat. And Funk is now going to roll back out of the ring once again. Lawler in pursuit. They brawl into the crowd. Lefts and rights being exchanged by both men into the crowd. And now it is Lawler who grabs a steel chair, and he smashes Terry Funk over the head with a steel chair. This is getting ugly. Lawler now with a fist drop off of the security railing onto Funk at ringside. He's going to go for the cover right here on the arena floor. But on a roll of 5, Funk kicks out. And Funk crawls back into the ring where action will continue. Lawler goes for a leg drop. Funk is there to meet him, and they're battling it out in the corner, and it is Funk who avoids the leg drop and smashes Jerry Lawler right between the eyes with an elbow to the top of the head. And Lawler is stunned. Funk is going to go hardcore once again. And on a roll of 6, it is Funk who tries to use a pile driver on the arena floor. But Lawler hits him with a low blow, and Funk collapses to his knees. Lawler now back in control. Lawler with a series of punches on the arena floor. Funk taking all kinds of damage, and Funk is now busted open. Terry Funk busted open by the punches from Jerry the King Lawler. Lawler again goes hardcore. But this time it is Funk with a low blow who nails Lawler And Lawler collapses to the floor. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, and there ain't going to be no ganders left in this match either way, the way these two are treating one another. Funk now back to the sleeper hold. Lawler flailing his arms, finally manages to escape. Crawls back into the ring. Funk hits him again with another series of vicious chops to the chest. Funk in control. Funk nails him with a big headbutt, and Lawler is staggered. Funk with a big knee drop to the head of Jerry the King Lawler. Funk is bleeding, but he ain't stopping as he continues to pummel Lawler with those headbutts. Lawler rolls out of the ring. And Funk with a spinning neck breaker drops Lawler onto the concrete floor and takes another point of damage to Lawler. Lawler now in trouble. Funk in control. Funk back to the sleeper. He's going for the knockout here on the arena floor. And Lawler is just able to escape. Lawler escapes back into the ring. Funk follows him in there. And Funk pulls him right back out of the ring and grabs his branding iron. Funk with the branding iron just nails Lawler right in the center of the forehead, and now Lawler, both men are busted open. Both men are busted open as Terry Funk has scored with the big branding iron shot. Lawler still staggered. Funk in control with a neck breaker that drops Lawler to the floor, but Lawler gets up and he pulls the strap down and nails Funk with a series of punches to the bloody forehead. What a comeback by Jerry the King Lawler. He got up from that neck breaker, the fans cheering as Lawler rips the strap down off of his singlet and comes back with a series of vicious punches. Subtract one fatigue token if he has any from his pin rating. So Lawler has got the adrenaline going now as the action goes back outside of the ring. Funk and Lawler brawling their way up into the crowd. Back and forth they go. Steel chairs being thrown at each other. And now Lawler's coming in for an attempted punch, and it is Funk who pokes Lawler right in the eyes with the reversal. Funk goes to the eyes. Lawler in trouble. Funk with another shot from the branding iron across the head of Jerry Lawler. And Lawler is knocked out. He's out on his feet. He's not completely knocked out, but Funk is in control. And now Funk smashing Lawler with a steel chair. Lawler in all kinds of trouble here as Funk takes Jerry Lawler out the back door of the arena and tries to smash him into a car in the parking lot. But on a roll of one, it is Lawler with the reversal, and Lawler gets smashed face first onto the windshield of the car. And the ball comes back into the arena ring area where Lawler is going to try for a kick to the side of the leg of Funk. And Funk is hurt. The referee has finally gotten them back into the ring. Both men are bleeding. Lawler is in control. And Lawler with a big vertical suplex takes Funk down to the canvas. These guys are both worn out. Another big vertical suplex, and Funk is leaving the ring with Lawler in pursuit. Lawler tries for the whip to the steel rails, but it is reversed by Funk, and Funk sends Lawler smashing into the steel rails at ringside. And now it is back to the sleeper. Sleeper hold applied by Funk, trying to get Lawler to succumb. Lawler goes down to his knees. Funk in control here. And Funk with a pile driver on the concrete floor. He goes for a cover, and on a roll of 3, he got him. So after a wild brawl through all over the Fairgrounds Coliseum here in Nashville, it is Terry Funk with a pile driver on the arena floor, successfully retaining the Southland Heavyweight Championship after an unbelievable battle. Both men are bloody, both men are battered, but Terry Funk has emerged victorious, and certainly having his branding iron at ringside helped him out in that situation as they brawled all over Nashville before Funk with a pile driver on the arena floor at ringside caught the victory. Brutal indeed, says D. Scott Howard, as we have seen some incredible action here in Nashville so far tonight. And Terry Funk emerges victorious after a pile driver on the arena floor. All right, they're cleaning up the blood in the center of the ring. And from the ringside area, as both men shed their blood in this match, before Terry Funk emerged victorious. Only in Tennessee will you see action like that, with Jerry Lawler and Terry Funk battling it out. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your main event of the evening. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with no time limit. There will be disqualification rules in effect in this match, as this is a number 1 contenders match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, and it will be conducted under NWA rules, not this Tennessee hardcore nonsense. Introducing first from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 5 foot 11 inch, measuring at 5 foot 11, weighing in at 115 kilos. He is your current reigning North American Heavyweight Champion. Up in the Patriot Championship Wrestling territory, he is Ivan Koloff. Ivan Koloff coming to the ring to the boos of the fans. His opponent from Beverly Hills, California, 6'1", 245 pounds. He is a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and he wants to get the next title shot at that belt once again. If he can win tonight, he is from Beverly Hills, California, Nick Bockwinkel. All right, Nick Bockwinkel and Ivan Koloff squaring off. We saw a major upset as Steve Dr. Death Williams defeated Vader to win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. The first defense for Dr. Death will be 2 weeks from tonight at our pay-per-view broadcast, scheduled to come to you from Tampa. Heartland Havoc 109, refugee from Tampa, Florida. And the winner of this match will face Dr. Death Steve Williams in 2 weeks for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. USA, let's go Bach. Yeah, Bockwinkel would probably have to be a little more of a fan favorite. Not that he's a popular guy, but he's wrestling in his home territory. He is a Pro Wrestling Mid-America guy for his home territory, and Koloff, the outsider, coming from the northeast part of the U.S. and Patriot Championship Wrestling, where he holds their mid-card title, the North American Championship. And the opening initiative role goes to Ivan Koloff. As they come together in the center of the ring, it is Koloff who just shoves Bockwinkel to the side of the ring and tries choking him down on the ropes. Koloff immediately going to those roughhousing tactics. Nick Bockwinkel having none of that. Koloff tries for an elbow smash, and Bockwinkel gets out of the way of that one. And it is Bockwinkel who will come back and attempt a drop kick. This is an agility roll. He needs 8 or lower to connect on that, and a roll of 5 Bockwinkel got the drop kick, but he didn't get all of it. Koloff was able to partially deflect that. And as they come together again, it is Koloff with a kick to the ribs. Koloff ready with all the rough stuff. And we'll see what Nick Bockwinkel can handle. Here's a headbutt from Koloff. And Bockwinkel just takes him over with a snapmare. Both men come back to their feet, and this time it is Koloff with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Bockwinkel, and on a roll of 5, it is Bockwinkel who explodes off the turnbuckle and nails Koloff with an incredible skull-splitting running lariat, and Koloff is staggered. Bockwinkel now in control. Bockwinkel with another drop kick coming. On a roll of 4, he nails that, and Koloff goes down. Bockwinkel got all of the drop kick that time. Flat of the boot to the side of the head, Koloff is down, and Bockwinkel is going to get him up for a pile driver, and the pile driver is executed, and down goes Koloff. Didn't quite get all of that one, but enough to keep in control. And now here is Bockwinkel as both men come to their feet with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Ivan Koloff, and it is Bockwinkel with a running back elbow that stuns Koloff. And Bockwinkel follows that up with a big back suplex up high and down to the canvas hard, and Koloff rolls out of the ring. This is where Ivan wants to play. But smartly, Bockwinkel does not take the bait. Bockwinkel stays in the ring, and it is Koloff who has to slide back under the bottom of the ropes where Bockwinkel is waiting. And it is Bockwinkel now who's going to use the ropes as a weapon and start choking down on Ivan Koloff. Koloff gets to his feet finally as the referee makes him break the count. Here's Bockwinkel with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Ivan Koloff, and on a roll of 11, it is a big back body drop up high into the air and down hard to the canvas goes Koloff. Bockwinkel now in control. Again, using those ropes to choke down Koloff as Koloff tries to get free. As JVD Studios is in the chat, I love this wrestling action. It is good to have you here, JVD Studios. Nick Bockwinkel is in control. And it is Bockwinkel now who's going for the figure 4 leg lock. This is a finishing hold. Submission will occur on a roll of 4 or lower, but on a roll of 8, Koloff is able to power his way to the bottom rope and force the hold to be broken. I don't think Bockwinkel expected to score the fall there, but he was ready with starting to wear down Koloff and making Koloff do a little extra work to get free of that. And now as Koloff gets back to his feet, it's Bockwinkel who's all over him with the Bockwinkel sleeper. This is a dangerous finishing hold. It is a +2. And on a roll of 6 or lower, we'll have a submission here. And on a roll of 5, he got him. No surprises there. Nick Bockwinkel, by way of the Bockwinkel sleeper, has forced the submission from Ivan Koloff. And Nick Bockwinkel is once again the #1 contender for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. We've mentioned it before on the channel that is a very, very dangerous finishing move. Nick Bockwinkel, the only man in Heartland Championship Wrestling who has defeated Andre the Giant twice. And both times Bockwinkel accomplished that feat by way of the Bockwinkel sleeper. So certainly it is no shame to Ivan Koloff to be on the receiving end of that move, but Koloff will go away disappointed after they wake his Russian carcass up in the center of the ring where Bockwinkel put him down. Bockwinkel celebrating to the mild amusement of the crowd here in Nashville, Tennessee. As I mentioned, he is the local guy here in this territory, and he will move on 2 weeks from tonight to face Dr. Death Steve Williams with the NWA World Heavyweight Championship on the line. So thank you for everybody. What a night we have seen as Bockwinkel wins the main event. Terry Funk with an amazing victory in a brutal Southland Heavyweight Championship match over Jerry the King Lawler. And in our opener, it was WAHOO McDaniel with the win by way of the falling chop in a grudge match against Jackie Fargo. All right, Derek Bauman, JVD Studios, Carl Zilla, John Solner, Michael Brada, D. Scott Howard, Joseph Hickle, Clean Baseball Fan 879. Derek Bauman, if I didn't catch you earlier, thank you all for bearing with me through the technical difficulties and through the last remnants of my COVID-induced hoarseness, as we have seen a good night of wrestling here in the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. Thank you all once again for tuning in. That's our stream, and I am out.